This one is a doozy. My boss is trying to micromanage me while I'm on vacation. Huge rant incoming. I'm in another country visiting family. My phone doesn't work here, so before I left, I gave the lawyers I work for my mum's phone number to be able to contact me in the event of an extreme emergency. Well, the lady boss, the one who employs me and the other lawyer, texted my mum yesterday and claimed to be, quote, worried, bullshit, because I hadn't contacted her since December the 29th. Before I left, she agreed that it was fine if I simply monitor emails periodically. But she had been trying to get me to do actual work too, even though I told her there were issues getting set up remotely. For some reason, she doesn't supply a work laptop, so I had to use my mum's laptop. And in any case, the 30th and the 31st were weekend days, and the 1st was a holiday. She texted me in the morning on the 3rd, so she only realistically gave me one day. And again, even all that aside, I'm on vacation. Look, I totally agree with you. When you are on paid time off of any kind, you need to make sure you set boundaries. I know I already spoke about boundaries. I know that I've spoken about boundaries in other videos in this kind of thing, but this is critical. If you entertain this kind of bullshit behavior, it's going to keep happening. You're basically giving them the okay to use this kind of, genuinely disrespectful behavior and for it to continue. If you want these things to stop, is clearly set boundaries and don't talk to them. If they text you, there should be no reason for someone to contact you on vacation. You should have prepared everything for handover and takeover notes for whoever's going to be filling in for your role during your time off. If you haven't done that, well, then there might be a bit of an issue, but that should be set. But you should still set the clear boundaries when you're leaving. Who is to be contacted in your absence? What are the tasks that they expect that need to be done? What if X comes up? What if Y comes up? Those sorts of things. You can do this work. It's actually not all that hard, putting together a bit of a run sheet or a handover sheet, and it's 100% worth it. So by responding to these text messages, you've set a dangerous precedent that this is going to keep happening. Like I've said so many times before, setting the boundaries and sticking to them like fucking, stick to them so hard that no one ever questions you and your boundaries. You need to be very, very clear on what your boundaries are and what is acceptable to you and what isn't. Don't make the assumption that other people are reasonable, because oftentimes they're not, right? So when it comes to setting your boundaries, set them clearly, be very, very clear, very simple language. Make sure it's written down and refer people to that when you're going on leave. Never make assumptions. Always be clear about what your expectations are and set those boundaries. So I agree that, 2 weekend days and a holiday and then getting a text on the next day, that's not kind of giving you enough time to respond to any situation. But where you failed, whoever this person is, in that process was not setting the clear boundaries on what an extreme emergency was. You need to be clear about what that means, because other people, someone else's extreme emergency could be your minor inconvenience. So use examples, set clear boundaries on what an extreme emergency is. Don't let other people make those decisions for you, because guess what? They're going to make decisions that favor them and that don't favor you. So setting boundaries, I can't talk enough about this. Once you set them and you stick to them, it's going to feel weird, it's going to feel hard at the start, but once you stick to them, people will eventually come to respect them, and that becomes the set expectation and the norm. And that allows you to have the roles that will respect you as a person and as a professional, and to allow you to go on holidays or vacation without worrying about, what if this happens, what if they need to call me, what goes on, and then you putting out fires while you're on paid time off. So I see more and more of these all the time, and I'd love to hear about any of your toxic workplace experiences. If you want to drop me a DM or drop me a comment on one of these videos, I'll go through your experience and I'll give you my point of view on that too.